Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going over how you can purchase Weiss Schwarz cards direct from Japan. Now this can save you money compared to buying them on the second-hand market or on eBay in the US and UK. Generally, if you go direct from Japan, you can get cards cheaper, especially in the case of Disney 100. And I'm going to show you different ways you can do this. There are different sites you can use. Some of them are cheaper than others, some of them are easier to use than others. So we're going to start with the easiest to use site of them all, but is also known for being overpriced, and that is TCG Republic. So on this site, you can buy Japanese Weiss Schwarz cards. It's in English. You don't have to set anything up. It's just a normal site that you would go on, pick a card, fill in your payment details, fill in your address, and that's all you have to do. So if we look at Disney 100, if we just pick a card, so this Spider-Man SSP that they have for $409 US. So as you can see here, free shipping from Japan to worldwide, and you've just got like a generic picture. You don't see the exact copy of the card that you will get. It's kind of like a typical raw card website where it's just the image and you will be sent a near mint to mint copy of the card. So very easy to use, does come from Japan, but generally they are known for being overpriced. So perhaps this might even be more expensive than picking one up on eBay on the second-hand market. Obviously do a comparison. No matter what you're buying, I would always recommend checking as many of these sites and eBay as you can, just to make sure you've got a good idea of a good price for the card. So $409 US if you wanted to buy this on TCG Republic. So the next site I'm going to go to is Buyee, and if you don't know, this is a Japanese proxy service for buying from Japanese websites that anyone overseas would otherwise not be able to have access to. So in this case, I'm on Mercari. You can also get to Yahoo Japan, Yahoo Auction Japan, and all these other Japanese selling sites. So a little bit harder to use in this case. It is in Japanese. You do need to open it in a browser to translate it to English. And with that said, you also need to know the search term and kind of work out what the best search term is. So these characters here translates to Weiss in Japanese. So I put that in, and then Disney, because a lot of the listings for the Disney 100 Weiss Schwarz cards have Disney, the English Disney, in the title. So this has worked perfect for me. If I want to find SSPs, I put that on the end. SP, I'll put that on the end, or 100 rare, you just put HND. So that's worked very well, but that is a bit of the barrier to this site. You do have to figure out the best search term and just experiment with that until you get some listings. And potentially you can miss some listings if they don't have these characters and these terms in their listing names. I found this one in terms of Disney 100 to be very useful though, so it's been fine just using that. So what happens is, if you find a card you like, so these will all be Japanese sellers, if you click on this and go to purchase it, what they will do is they will then go and purchase it for you on your behalf. It then gets shipped to them. Once they have it, you can then tell them to ship it to you internationally. Now, something to remember for all of these sites, including TCG Republic, depending on your country, you may have to pay import fees. In the UK, it's anything over £130. We would get charged 20% on top. So bear that in mind on all of these sites. Obviously, check your country's import taxes and laws so you have an idea of how much you might pay at the end of it. So yeah, keep that in mind on all of these sites. But perfect example here, we are on Mercari using Buyee, and there is a listing for the same Spider-Man SSP for £261. Now, on TCG Republic, it was $409. So if we just convert that to pounds, So £329. So there's a big difference there. There's nearly £100 difference, not far off. You would have shipping to pay on top of this. So obviously it was free shipping on TCG Republic. Buyee would be, I think it's around £15 to £20 to ship from Japan to the UK using Buyee. So a little bit extra on top. It's still a lot cheaper despite that. You're still looking at 10, 20, 30% cheaper when buying direct from a Japanese seller using Mercari. You've then got imports on top, but that would be the case no matter what. So the last site I wanted to go over was Yuyutei, and you may have seen me on this site before if you've watched any of my other videos. Now, this is a site, again, which is Japanese. You have to translate the page, it's all in Japanese, and they list raw copies of the cards. So kind of like TCG Republic, you can't see the exact card you're getting, but they open product, they sell some sealed product, and once they open it, they list the raw cards on their website. So as you can see, all these grey carts means that they're out of stock. So generally the best time to pick up cards on here will be towards the start of the release. When they get the product, they open it, it all gets listed on their site. Potentially you can get it cheaper on here. Sometimes it's cheaper on Buyee. So I would always try to compare as many websites as possible, because there's no point buying it on here if on Buyee it's 10% cheaper and you can see the exact card and the condition of it. So, yep, they're, completely out of stock. But in this case, if you were buying a card or buying multiple cards on Yuyutei, there is a bit more of a barrier. You will need to sign up and create an account on their website, and it is in Japanese, so you will need to translate that and try and get the information in correct. And then what you need to do is use a Japanese mail forwarding service such as Tenso. So Tenso allow you to, what they will do when you sign up is they will give you a Japanese address. It has like an ID number that's associated to your account. So then what you would do is when you sign up on Yuyutei, you fill your delivery details in with that Japanese address. Now, of course, with that address, you could also use it on other Japanese websites if there's other sites that you know where you can buy cards from, but they only ship within Japan. You could use that same forwarding address on there. Now, when I first done this, it did take quite a lot of time to fill the Japanese address in on Yuyutei and make sure you've got all of the fields done correctly. It can take some time, but once you have that account and you've linked the address and you've bought something and you've made sure that it all works, it gets sent to the Japanese address. Tenso will then notify you that it's there, and then you can tell them if and when you want them to forward it on to your international address. Once you've done that and you know it works, coming back here and just logging in and hitting buy on some new cards and just going through the checkout process is super easy. So it takes a while to set up, but if you think you'll be buying more Weiss Schwarz Japanese cards from a site like Yuyutei, it's definitely worth it because it's just so easy once you have it set up. It's almost like it's streamlined and you can just buy them and then they get sent there and then you can just tell them to forward it on to you. So really easy once it's set up. But like I said, potentially at times it's cheaper on Yuyutei. Other times it can be cheaper on Buyee, so compare as much as possible. Now, I'm not going to go through how you can actually make those accounts on these two different sites. There'll be tons of tutorials on YouTube on how to set up a Buyee account. It's widely used by many people, so if you struggle with that, just look it up. I'm sure there'll be much better videos that explain how to do it and how to get set up. If you do have any questions, however, just let me know in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Just one last thing is that even though there's these three sites, I still recommend looking at the Weiss Schwarz global Facebook group and the Weiss Schwarz Discord. I will leave links in the description for them both, because quite often people within those Weiss Schwarz communities do actually list Japanese cards for sale at the price that they are listed on Yuyutei, and sometimes at 10% cheaper. It's quite common for people in the community to price their Japanese cards based on Yuyutei prices. So, my opinion, check as many places as possible. These 3 sites, check eBay just in case anything's on there, and just check in the Discord and Facebook group if you can find any listings or recent sales to get the most accurate price, and then you have that knowledge to perhaps find where the cheapest one is. So I hope that information was useful. Please hit subscribe if you're not subscribed at this point, and thanks for watching as always. I'll see you in the next video.